All right. Hello, everybody. Um, this is Nicole with the Good Life Refuge, and we have Stephanie here with Crummies, Meatless Crumbles, who will show us today what we can do with her lovely product. Crummies comes from the earth, not the lab, but Stephanie will give you more information about that. I just wanted to let you guys know, look at our events calendar on top of the free demonstration today. We have a few really cool cooking classes coming up. One is Food for Life, which is a cancer class about healthy eating. And the other one is Food as Medicine, Fight Inflammation. So with that, I will hand over to Stephanie. And if you guys have any questions, put it in the chat function. I will look at that and we can answer your questions from there. All righty. Let's just get Stephanie in the focus. There we are.
All right. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm Stephanie Baudhuin. I'm the co-founder and owner of Crummies Meatless Crumble. We are it's a plant-based meat alternative product that behaves like ground meat in any recipe, but all of our simple ingredients come from the land and not the lab, which Nicole mentioned. I was lucky enough to, meet everyone at the Good Life Refuge and Nicole back in fall of 2019, which is crazy to think about. It was that long ago. There was a holiday pop-up market there, and I was lucky enough to be chosen as a vendor. I had a great time, meeting all the people, the animals, and Nicole just really opened it up to everybody. So they're doing amazing things, and I really appreciate this opportunity to tell you about Crummies. So it is a plant-based meat alternative, like I was saying, a meatless crumble. We are not trying to make it bleed like meat or taste like meat. It's more just to be as versatile and have the mouth feel. You can throw us in any recipe that would normally call for ground meat, and it's just as simple as that. So I wanted to go through our ingredient list so you can see just how transparent and simple they are. Base is cauliflower, and then you got carrots, red onion, we have mushrooms and quinoa, and garlic and sun-dried tomatoes. That's it. We're not putting any fillers or soy in our product. It's also gluten and nut-free for those who are dealing with allergies. What we're going to talk about today is a new product we have, which is our taco crumble. So we have taken our simple ingredients that I just listed and added our handcrafted taco seasoning. Just taking one step out. We do sell the taco seasoning by itself, but we figured having a flavored packet would make it that easy. It is sold frozen. So this has been in my fridge since Saturday night. It's kind of pliable or squishy, if you will, but you just want to get it thawed out enough where you can throw it in your pan. So I'm going to turn this on, just get the pan hot. And a lot of people ask me if they need to add oil to it to saute. I really think if you're on a no oil situation or you don't prefer adding oil to it, don't do it. There's enough moisture in the vegetables to kind of help it saute. So we're just going to put it in the pan for a little bit here. Perfect. And we're just gonna get it hot. It is thawing, so there's a lot of moisture, which makes the veggie soft. But just depending on how, I guess, sauteed you want it or how hot you want it. So we're not gonna add any seasoning here because it's already in the packet. But if you've got a taco seasoning that you prefer, you make your own. We do sell Crummies unseasoned as well. That way you can also throw it into any recipe, but this is just for the tacos today. So we're just going to saute it. And this seems, super, super trivial and easy. What I like about tacos is you really can make them as fancy or as simple as you want. I mean, this is pretty much done with your meat. You can see that it's crumbled apart, and it's got that color and nice texture to it. So just heating it up, letting it cool. That's kind of where you're at. So I have prepared a couple tacos with toppings that I really prefer. The first one I'll show you is, it's kind of in a nice spinach wrap. it has our Crummies meatless crumble and the tacos. And then we've got some Peaceful Rebel vegan cheese, which is amazing. It's also the same cheese that I use in our green chili and vegan cheese tamales that we sell. Melina is out of Denver. She does a fantastic job making her cheese. This is a shredded mozzarella that I use, and it's just delicious, melty, gooey, fantastic. If vegan cheese is not your thing, which I understand, we also made this round, which has some beautiful color in it, which you can see from Forever Green Microgreens. They are out of Wellington, Colorado, and Kelly and Evan are doing some amazing stuff up there. This adds some great color, full of nutrition, so you really can have fun with your toppings. You can go as fancy or as simple as you want. That's kind of that's the beautiful thing about tacos. So, I mean, it is as simple as that. And I would love to answer any questions that anybody has as we move forward.
All right, Stephanie. I do have a few questions. Okay. I took a sneak peek in your video, and I'm really interested to see, how did you come up with meatless crummies? What's your story there?
Yeah, so it started back in 2017. I went plant-based. My husband did not. At that time, he was doing most of the cooking, and we found it. We were kind of struggling with how to live in a multivore household, which I know a lot of folks are struggling with. We went to the grocery shelves, and we're looking at some of the other crumble products on the shelves, as well as meat alternatives, and just once you flip them over and look at that ingredient list, it kind of opens your eyes to what all is going into these products. It's not the most clean ingredients, and also just seems super unnecessary to us to be adding a bunch of soy or fillers or ingredients I didn't even know what they were or couldn't pronounce. So we came up with this recipe not only to be simple and all from the land, but to be as allergen free as possible, those who are dealing with soy or nut or gluten allergies. Yeah, so it's been really fun. The meatless unseasoned product has been around for a while, but we just launched the taco crumbles to kind of up that one level. And the vegan tamales kind of came about during COVID. We just had a craving for tamales and decided to go to my commissary ran by Cowgirl Catering, and she taught me how to make them. And I was like, well, let's make them vegan and let's make them, ready to sell. So I've been selling those at the farmers market as well as online. Those were just picked up by a few stores. So it's been a super fun journey. Being an entrepreneur was not something that I thought, especially a vegan food entrepreneur was something I never thought I would do. In my previous life, I was a graphic designer. So it's been quite a change to be now kind of, in the thick of a food business. And it's just been so fun. Despite COVID's best efforts, we really thrived and just had the best time.
That is fantastic. I have a question from Savannah. So she said, perhaps I missed this because I was a little late, but what seasonings are in your Tucky Crummy mix?
Yes, so it is. We do chili powder, cumin, coriander, organic cornstarch to kind of give it a little binder. A little bit of salt in there as well, and cayenne pepper.
Okay.
Pretty simple ingredients there as well. We really didn't want to make it too spicy for those who have a sensitivity to that, which I get. So it just has enough of a kick to let you know it's there.
Okay. So what is the best way for people if they want to try your product, to get a hold of you and to find your products?
Absolutely. So there is a list on our website of where you can find us. That includes farmers markets and grocery stores that we are currently in. You can also order online. So there's an online order form, and I bring it right to your front door. If you're in northern Colorado, we are doing front porch delivery, which is nice and convenient. We do have shipping capabilities. So if you're outside of northern Colorado, please contact me at coloradocrummies@gmail.com or hit me up on social media, and I will we'll see what we can work out for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we had the pleasure of when you were at our event. I didn't get to try your product because they were sold out by the time I came along. But we had the pleasure of trying it, and we're loving it. And the tamales are fantastic. If somebody really likes tamales but doesn't like much the work that is behind it, I did them once and I decided I will never ever do tamales again because it took me like 3 hours.
Yes, it is time intensive. I think I've gotten a little faster, but it is it's a lot of space. You need a lot of space to make tamales. You get a lot of dirty dishes, and it's nice when I work out of my commissary because there's a lot of space and I can just kind of do my thing. So it's a lot of space and time. Right now I'm in my kitchen in Milliken, Colorado, if anyone's familiar. So it's nice to be joining you all this morning.
So what is your, I'm going back to the tacos. What is your favorite, taco look like? You presented two that looked great with the microgreens, and then you had Peaceful Rebel, which is actually one of my favorite vegan cheeses. I feel just very unlucky that we're in Northern Colorado for that, because there is not one single store, as far as I know, that carries Peaceful Rebel. And they are the most amazing cheese that I've tasted so far. And I'm pretty picky with my vegan cheeses because I'm not that long vegan. It's like 6 years now. And I have to admit, cheese was a big thing for me. Most vegan cheeses, I was like, no, thank you. They really don't taste like anything like cheese. And there has been a lot of improvement over the 6 years, but Maria's cheese is for sure one of the best ones that I had. And we had her products here for one of the holiday markets too. So, what if you make your Tuesday tacos, what do you put on your tacos? What kind of toppings and stuff do you like on your tacos?
Yeah, I love Taco Tuesday, but I find that I'm making this. I'm making some sort of taco variation, whether it's a bowl or in a tortilla, a lot of days a week, just because it's so simple and easy to throw together. I really prefer, the perfect combo would probably be the microgreens and the cheese, because the microgreens, they're not only giving you nutrients, but it's a little bit of a crunch too, like a fresh crunch that you want with lettuce or, and I also would probably throw some avocado on there just because why not? It's delicious. And, cilantro and lime, I think go good with everything. So I always throw that on too. And I appreciate what you said about the vegan cheese, because I was having a hard time when I was developing the green chili and vegan cheese tamales, what would melt right? What would kind of have that nice gooey, delicious flavor. And
yeah,
Melina's got it down. So I know she is trying to get into some stores further north, but you can find her in Denver at a few.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for that, because she also has like fantastic flavors on top of everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes really well. It's not a heavy flavor. So I mean, you talk about versatility. She's got that too.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. What else do you do with your crummies? I know we're diverting a little bit off the tacos, but while we're at it,
yeah, I've got a list of recipes that are on my website as well.
Oh,
I
cool.
just made one of my favorite recipes I developed was the meatless meatballs. So you want to use our unseasoned probably for those. They take on flavor really well, so you can throw in Italian spices. You do need to add a little bit of a binder because, like you saw, it is pretty crumbly by itself. So just adding a simple binder, which can be gluten-free breadcrumbs, a flaxseed egg. I've done it with that. It's perfect. There is a lot of moisture, so you just want to play with the consistency of it. But roll them up, bake them. They are delicious.
Awesome. Thank you. If anyone else has some questions, I'm still monitoring our chat function, and I know we're pretty quick with our demonstration today.
Demo, but I guess that speaks to the ease and convenience of the product.
Absolutely. So, yeah. Okay, so Savannah is asking Stephanie, how long did it take you to perfect your original crummy mixture? How long were you experimenting with your food, right? Before you came out with Crummies.
Thank you, Savannah. That's a really good question. So back in 2017, we went 2 years of R&D, just kind of looking at different recipes and different ingredients combinations to get that mouth feel. And these ingredients are so good by themselves, so we were really trying to find the right combination to kind of make it as meat-like as possible without trying to be meat, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It totally makes sense.
Yeah. So we didn't, I know that a lot of products are boasting, how similar they are to meat. We kind of wanted to veer away from that. Yeah, so it took a good 2 years as far as perfecting the recipe, and then packaging. We had our first sale back in May of 2019 at the Greeley Farmers Market, which it was a great experience. We were really trying to, doing some unintentional market research there. We weren't really sure how it would be received, especially in County, but it was received very well and kind of gave us the momentum to get this brand going. So it's just been so fun.
Very cool. We also have Savannah asking, what is your delivery fee?
So we just kind of restructured everything. It's $7 delivery fee, and that's all the way from Denver to Wellington, or south of Denver to Wellington. So we're kind of focusing on the whole I-25 corridor. But if you're outside of those areas, let's talk. I would be happy to deliver it.
Awesome. Well, if there are no other questions, I would conclude our demonstration with Stephanie. It was such a pleasure having you today. And thank you so much for demonstrating and showcasing your product. We just love showing local businesses that, have the same philosophy than we do. Savannah has another question. Do you have other options of your meatless product? I think you just have the Crummies, right?
It's the Crummies unseasoned, and then now the taco crumbles. So there are two versions of that. They're all sold frozen by the pound. But yeah, there are just the two variations of the crumbles right now.
Yeah, and then Stephanie also does different tamales.
Yes.
I think
2 different flavors of those. Yeah.
2 different flavors. Yeah.
Yeah. Some with our taco crumble in them, and then we also do the green chili and vegan cheese that don't have crummies in them, but are just delicious anyway.
Yeah.
I did want to throw in. Everyone's always like, what are your asks to the community? So I will say, if anybody has a grocery or restaurant contact that might be interested in Crummies or talking with me more about my product, please pass on my contact info or send it my way. Also, follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Crummies Co, Crummies CO. And then also just support small and local businesses. We are still in the midst of whatever's happening in the world, and it's just so important. Before the pandemic, after the pandemic, just support small and local as much as you can. So thank you.
Yeah, I totally agree to that. That's what we are trying to do. We want to showcase the products of our local fellow businesses that line up with our philosophy of, bringing plant-centric, plant-based nutrition, and showing that it can be very healthy and nutritious and tasty. So with that, I'm saying thank you very much, Stephanie, to you, and thank you to everybody that watched today. You guys stay warm. We have snow. I'm not sure how it is in the rest of the Front Range. It's snowing out here. Another snow day. Yay.
Yeah.
And, if you like our presentation, please share it. Give us a like on Facebook. Check out our upcoming events. We would love to have you there. Sadna is a fantastic food instructor and health coach and chef. She's also Food for Life instructor with the Physicians Committee of Responsible Medicine. So she's very, has really good credentials So check our events up that coming up for April 3rd and then March 30th. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.